Tim Walz lied, maybe subtly, not just once, but repeatedly, suggesting that he was in combat. And the Democrats knew this. They do their own oppo. They knew this. And their bet is this, that in an election devoid of policy, devoid of position, a woman who's devoid of any form of belief, any form of moral grounding or basis for decisions, really this is an election, once again, about Orange Man Hitler plus we're happy people. So what do they do when J.D. Vance pulls a pretty cool political stunt? They call him a stalker. We'll explain this in just a second. Today is a day the Lord has made, and these are the times through which God has decided we shall live. And we're living in a time of a substance-free election, much more substance-free than anything in history. A campaign that is personified by twerking and interviews with women or men pretending to be women. J.D. Vance did something that isn't done in politics. He was creative. He allowed his team to be creative. They went and met the Kamala Harris airplane on the runway. And J.D. Vance went to reporters to say, hey, you guys are lonely. Why not talk to me since Kamala Harris will not talk to you?
Had a little bit of fun. I don't think the vice president waved at me as she drove away, but I'm glad to have done it. And I'm glad to be here in Wisconsin actually trying to persuade people to vote for us as opposed to just giving another scripted speech.
But you did see the vice president.
I saw her car. I did not see the vice president. The windows are tinted.
Yeah, the windows are tinted. This is a fantastic approach that J.D. Vance took. It's an opportunity for the media to understand you cannot rescue yourselves from what you've created of yourselves. We'll talk later this week about the joy narrative. Have you seen the joy narrative? Yeah, that's the... It's joy. That's what it is. So when J.D. Vance shows up to shame the media lightly for not engaging, not asking questions, not stopping Kamala Harris to actually have a conversation with her, he's showing something vital. They are not going to call her out for this. He does something else, though. He sets up Donald Trump to do the same thing. I want to just suggest something. How incredible would it be if Donald Trump were to take up something called a flash debate? Yeah, they've agreed to the ABC News debate. I think that's a bad idea. Unless there's going to be a debate that actually has some conservatives on the question-asking side of things, I think it's a bad idea. I do think Trump will win, but Kamala Harris will be doing this all night. And she's going to try to goad President Trump into attacking her. Well, and he will, but if he does it wisely, he's going to wipe the floor with this lady. They know this, so they're going to try to set him up. Kamala Harris is not a woman who can answer a question directly. I'll show you an instance where a woman who's now in Congress, Representative Luna, she was working with Turning Points USA before she became a congresswoman, and she went and questioned Kamala Harris about the border. I'll play that for you in just a second. When I get ready for the show, there's a whole bunch of things that go into it. I get here at about 5:30 in the morning, and I do a lot of radio work and prep, and there's some things in one of my radio shows I pre-record, and so I go through that. By the time Nana walks in the door, it's usually about 7:30 in the morning. These Mondays, when I do these things, I'm doing this on a Monday, can end up to me being a 16-hour workday. And that's a long workday for anybody, particularly when you're talking all the time. Talking 6 hours straight is a challenge. You have your own challenges. I get that. Your work is different than mine in all likelihood. You've got your own challenges. But how better are you at it when you've had a night of good sleep? When I sleep through the night and I'm solid and I can check my watch and see that it's restorative sleep, I remember things better. I have more energy. I'm nicer to people, and work seems to flow better. The only thing that can make it even better is starting the day in the Word of God, which I don't always do. I've noticed that when I do it, those two things combined make things great. This has got to be a dwindling opportunity. And I'll check with the guys at Bioptimizers because I can't imagine this can last. We're still giving away a free bottle of Magnesium Breakthrough. All you need to do is go to magbreakthrough.com/Todd-free and try this product that helps me sleep through the night, helps me relax, and alleviate stress and anxiety. 7 forms of magnesium, all natural, all organic, versus the fake synthetic 2 forms of magnesium you get in any of the China marts. Can't get it on Amazon. You can't get it at Bioptimizers' website. The one place to get the free bottle is magbreakthrough.com/Todd-free. That's magbreakthrough.com/Todd-free. This is now Representative Luna, who went out to question Kamala at an airport, and this is what didn't happen.
Hi, I'm the director of Hispanic Engagement with Turning Point USA. I want to know about the children that you're saying that are at the border right now. Wait, would you answer this question real quick? No, I'm taking a picture real quick. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're getting behind me. You're saying that you're fighting for women. No.
So what's going on, and if you're not watching the video, let me kind of translate. Kamala became aware that a journalist, now a congresswoman, Representative Luna, came to ask her a question. Kamala turned and saw people with cell phones, and they wanted to take pictures. She turned to them and nervously touched her hair. Come over here, come over here. And now a staffer has put her hands on now Representative Luna to block her from asking a question of the great lady.
I'm not going to back off. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm asking her. She's saying that she supports Hispanic.
Those ladies asked her to take a picture.
I don't care. You're in my way. Don't talk to me.
Those ladies asked
Don't talk to me.
before you walked up.
She is damaging what is happening to Hispanic women and children at the border because she's promoting family reunification with child sex. You're not commenting on this issue. You are directly impacting the Hispanic demographic in a negative way. You are directly impacting what is happening with the children in this country, and you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing as a representative, representing women in this country. Shame on you. You're not going to win.
Damn, man, that woman belongs in Congress. Oh, wait, that's actually Anna Paulina Luna, and she is in Congress because we live in the best timeline.
Betty Johnson with that commentary. Fact is this, that during that questioning in that period, there were white women gathered around Kamala Harris. First woman who took a picture with her was black. Second women were white. Paula Luna is a Hispanic woman. I thought the rules were when the BIPOC spoke, we were to stand by and listen and to be allies. The substance-free campaign that we're witnessing with Kamala Harris has caused people to find ways to attack J.D. Vance. And in the leftist circles, this works. There's a woman named Art Candy. Well, that's not her name. That's what she calls herself. 65.3 thousand followers on Twitter. She decided to name J.D. Vance a stalker. And for a little while, that hashtag took off. The hashtag that's really taken off is, and we'll talk about this tomorrow, Tampon Tim. Hillary Clinton jumped into this and tried to make things better and ended up in a classic Hillary way of making things worse. J.D. Vance isn't a stalker. J.D. Vance is a guy who pulled a political stunt. And something President Trump should do? He should do the same thing. It's called a flash debate. President Trump should get, and his team can easily get this, Kamala Harris's public schedule. And President Trump should show up on one-topic issues like immigration. President Trump should show up and ask her, why are you bringing illegal immigrants into the country via a software app? How is that good for anybody? He should pick single issues. Why did you give the IRS a new tool in order to tax tips? They should have these questions prepared in advance. If they're going to call J.D. Vance a stalker, fair enough. It didn't take off. It didn't work. But what will be obvious is that Kamala Harris cannot respond to anything that's not scripted. That's why she would not engage on the questions of the border. We need more things like J.D. Vance showing up at the airports. A flash debate from President Trump would be one. Another would be this. We're going to watch massive, massive vote fraud. We know this. Now would be the time for every single person who is in any way conservative and lives in Washington, D.C. to start taking videos of going into the federal buildings. You can enter them, but you're going to be asked for ID in nearly every occasion. Not the Smithsonian, they don't do that there, but visit the DOJ, the FBI, asked to take a building tour, you're going to get ID'd. It'd be time to start showing people how serious they take ID when it comes to them, but not us. There's a lot of theater that should be done. We need to get far, far better at it. Tim Walz is better at it. Let's not let him lead. This is the Todd Herman Show. Please go be well, be strong, be kind, and please make every effort to walk in the light of Christ.